And welcome to the Pro League Hype Show with me, your host, Giles Thomas, here at the On Rise Move Studio. And we're here to talk about the Pittsburgh Pro. And of course, who else would he have but J.M. Manion?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
J.M., I was expecting the Batman voice, I've got to be honest.
Listen, I can't do that. I mean, people know, but they can't know the whole thing.
Right, okay then, May 6th and 7th. The Pittsburgh Pro, tell us about, I hear you got a new venue and you've got new pro classes. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I think one of the first things to say is I'm not sure people are aware that my father actually won the Mr. Pittsburgh in 1971.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then he took over promoting it in 1973. Okay. So we're almost on what? Almost on 60 years, right?
How long?
Yeah.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah. Or 50 years. 50 years, yeah.
50.
So, and his guest poser at the very first one was this dude from Austria named Arnold.
Oh. Okay, you've got my attention.
All right. So my dad likes to tell this story is that he paid Arnold $1,000 to guest pose, right? He goes, Arnold won't back out of his driveway for $1,000 now.
That's what they got for winning the Olympia back then. Or more,
right.
More or less, wasn't it? It wasn't much more than that.
No, not at all. Well, yeah, Arnold at that point, he had won 3 of his Olympias, 70, 71, 72. So.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the following year he had Arnold and Franco, and it just snowballed. I mean, he's always had like a lot of high profile guest posers.
I think it's safe to say that he's had many high profile guest posers, because I mean that was always one of the biggest things about the Pittsburgh is like who isn't going to show up to guest pose. They'd have them all on stage at the same time.
Now, the reason I bring this up is because where the contest is being held this year is where that 1973 contest was originally held.
Okay.
Wow. So we've done a circle back to this hotel, which is literally, it's the Wyndham Grand Pittsburgh. When you drive right through the tunnels, you see it. Back in the day, it was a Hilton. It was the Pittsburgh Hilton. Mm-hmm. And the same stage that these competitors are going to be competing on this year, Arnold Schwarzenegger guest posed on that in 73 and 70.
And that was actually when Arnold was kind of at his biggest as well in terms of physical size, wasn't it? 73, 75. Right. He was huge.
Right. And then my father brought him back one more time in 1976 because he did like a basically farewell guest posing tour after he won the 75 Olympia and retired.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually have a picture. I have 2 pictures. I have a picture of me with him in 1973. Then I have another picture of me with him in 1976 in his hotel room at that hotel. Both of them were there. So it's pretty crazy.
That's amazing. And were they doing any filming for Pumping Iron? Because they were doing a lot of filming around the 75, 76 time, weren't they? Because it didn't come out till 77.
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, none of that was here in Pittsburgh. But
okay.
It's funny how, everything that's old is new again.
Yeah. So you got a new venue then.
Yeah.
But old venue.
I'm like, this stage is actually history.
Yeah.
With the contest and in bodybuilding, because not many people can say that they had Arnold as a guest poser. Not many. Right. So, so it's really nice because they've got this huge ballroom and it's been remodeled a lot. So, but there's all these rooms around it. So you can have the tanning, you can have the check-in, you can have the hair and makeup, you can have the staging for the pro athletes, you can have the staging for the NPC athletes. Everything is going to be on the second floor. My tagline for this year for this contest is "Stay there, compete there."
Yeah. It reminds me of the 2017 Tampa, and that was like everything. I loved the fact that everything was under one venue.
Yes, yeah, and the other nice thing is you're literally within 3-4 blocks of a ton of restaurants that you can eat in, or if you would catch a taxi or an Uber or something, go right across the bridge to the North Shore, which is where the Steelers Stadium is, the Pittsburgh Pirates Stadium is. There's a bunch of bars and restaurants there also, which is like it's not even a 5-minute ride.
Right. Now, one thing I want to talk about is, like, last year you introduced the first wellness. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, were the numbers in your first year, did they outnumber the figure? Is that correct? Or was it bikini?
It outnumbered bikini.
Wow.
It was the largest IFBB Professional League wellness contest of 21. It was bigger than the Olympia.
Wow. Tell us more about that.
Okay, so when I came to my dad in January, I said to him, hey, let me handle promoting the Pittsburgh Pro Wellness, right? And in his fatherly advice, he said to me, just don't embarrass me. I'm like, okay, no pressure, right?
Yeah.
So I set a goal to get 20 pro wellness, but I wanted this to be, because listen, up until this point, we had Tampa Pro, we had Romania, we had the Muscle Contest International. Everything was very country specific.
Yeah.
But they had American competitors. Brazil, they had 12 Brazilian competitors. It's like they went to somebody's backyard, right?
Yeah.
Romania, European competitors. There had not been a truly, IFBB Pro League International Wellness Contest up until this point. So I wanted to get the competitors from Brazil. I wanted to get people from Europe if they could make it. I wanted this to be everything, considering it is the home of the IFBB Pro League. So I set my sights on getting 20 competitors. I thought 20 is a good number.
Yeah.
Because let's just say if a couple of them would maybe drop out, you're still in the teens. Little did I know I was going to get 25.
Fantastic. First year.
Yeah. So I literally, the weekend of the Wasatch Warrior, I got my 20th competitor, which was Frida Paulson. Mm-hmm. And Cassie had given me the contract because Frida had said she was coming. She wanted everybody to look at her to see if we felt she was good enough to get on stage in Pittsburgh. This was going to be her first wellness contest. And Cassie was like, hey, Dad, don't forget this contract to give it to Frida.
Yeah.
Like she was signing it whether she wanted to or not.
Yeah, you're doing the show, definitely. Wow, so you got 25.
Yeah, so we had 20. We had her sign. She did it. Everybody said, listen, you're not going to know until you get on stage. And she ended up placing 11th out of 25.
That's okay. Top half.
Yep. So in the 2 weeks following, Cassie was keeping track for me. For those that are unaware, Cassie actually works at the office. Mm-hmm. Okay. She kept saying, Dad, we got another. So we had 25. And you know how there's like X amount of competitors that sign up and then somebody drops out, for whatever reason, mm-hmm. health, family, whatever. We had 25 signed up and all 25 showed up.
100% turnout.
Yes. So to give you an example, for the Olympia, we had 24 that qualified, but only 20 went across the stage because a couple of them couldn't get out of Europe and different things like that, if you remember.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Pittsburgh Pro. My other thing was making this the pre-Olympia for wellness. And basically it was, when you think about it, Francielli and Barbara Caesar, Bobby, Brandon Hendrickson's girl, were the only two that really weren't in it. Everybody else was.
Yeah, Yarishna, Angela Borges. Was Sonny in there? Sonny was in that one? Was Sonny?
Yes.
Yes, Sonny was in that one as well. So you had all the... And the thing is, we already knew that those were the big names because these are the ones that were popping up on everyone's... These are the ladies that everyone was talking about.
Yeah. So listen, 8 of those 25 competitors qualified for the Olympia.
That's amazing.
What does that tell you right there?
Yeah.
Right? And so, I know just looking, following every contest, that there was no other contest that had that many from one contest ended up in the Olympia.
Yeah.
So when you think of it, and of those eight actually walked on stage. They weren't any of the ones that couldn't make it. So you literally had, almost a little over a third of the contest was directly from the Pittsburgh Pro Wellness. So, yeah. So this year I've set my goal for 30 competitors.
That's it. But it has to be more. So, yeah. Okay. So, thing is wellness. I think we all knew it was going to be welcomed at, say, the Olympia, with the success at the Pittsburgh and the New York Pro and all these other shows. But like the way that it exploded last year really was something else, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. So, but what's going to make this year interesting is I've had WhatsApp conversations with Angela Borges, who is doing the Arnold. But at this point, she is not committing to doing Pittsburgh and defending her title.
Okay, so it's up for grabs.
It could be, absolutely. I think she's basically going to wait to see what happens at the Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm of the mind, and I've told competitors this for years, no matter what division you're in, that once you win a title, you should go back and defend that title until you potentially lose it. You should run. Like, to give you an example, Devonna Medina, when she was winning the figure Olympia, she was winning the New York Pro, literally because that's where she was from. Yeah. She's like, hey, that's my title until I retire. Right?
God, there's a name from the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Competitors that have done that. I mean, look at Jennifer Ronzitti. Look what she's what now? 4, Arizona Pro bikinis with the Rising Phoenix. So, I mean, make that title yours. Make it something, right? So, but anyways, I think that this year we're going to have even more because as you're seeing, even with your country, the walls are coming down, the borders are opening. They're gonna hopefully be making things better for travel.
Yeah. So tell us about obviously we've got the huge NPC amateur event. Tell us about the pro events.
All right. So like you mentioned, we've added the women's physique, and that was from Sarah Viega, had brought that up when she came into Pittsburgh to film her road to the Olympia. And, she had brought that up to myself. She had brought it up to Tyler, and we're like, let's wait till after the Olympia, and then we'll get my father involved, And surprisingly, he went for it. So,
wow, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, and this is great because somebody, just like Angela Borges, is going to make history to be the very first Pittsburgh Pro Women's Physique champion. I mean, as they say, there's only one time that you can be the very first.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've been texting and calling a bunch of different women's physique.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and just to make it clear for everybody, Sarah is not competing in the contest.
Yes, yeah, I think we need to make that clear because that's great that though she encouraged you guys to add that pro category to the Pittsburgh Pro. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, and her and her husband are sponsoring it. So with their gym from down in Dallas, But that's the reason she's on the promo because we didn't have a women's physique competitor, and it's confused people a little bit. And it's just like no. She's the sponsor. She's the 2-time reigning Olympia champion. It's basically because of her that we're having this. So we're using her, to promote it.
That's fair.
Right. Now, last year, what we did for the wellness, because we didn't have a wellness, is we picked three wellness pros at that time, and we had put them on, which was Angela, Isa Nunez, and Yarishna. We didn't want to put one because, God forbid, if that competitor had won. Oh, it was fixed. She was already on the promo.
Yeah. You know people. The chatter on Instagram.
Yeah. So, but we figured Sarah's the safe bet because she's the reigning champion and she's the sponsor of that event. Yeah,
I mean, if Rami put a show on in Egypt or something, and obviously he'd be on there. I mean, that's fair. So, what else can you tell us about the Pittsburgh Pro? You got a new venue, got a new pro category. What else is going on? What else can we expect?
Okay, so a little history about the Pittsburgh Pro. We've been running Pittsburgh Pro contests, different divisions over the years. But let's go back. Well, I'm just going to use 2010 as a starting point because that's when everything really changed. Since 2010, that has competed in the Pittsburgh Pro have been 15 competitors that went on to win the Olympia in their respective divisions.
Wow.
Now, mind you, we didn't have a 2020 Pittsburgh because of the COVID situation, right? Yeah. Okay, like to give you an example, Mark Anthony won the very first Pittsburgh Pro Men's Physique. There wasn't an Olympia Men's Physique at that year. There was a following year, so Mark came back in 2011 and he won the Men's Physique the second time and went on to win the Olympia.
Was it that far back? Because was it 2013 was the first Olympia Men's Physique?
Yeah, I think it was 12.
2012, right? Okay. So it's been going 2 years. It's been going 2 years.
Mark was 2012, 2013. That's right. But anyways, what I'm saying is Natalia Mella won the very first Pittsburgh Pro Bikini. She went on to win the Bikini Olympia.
Yes.
Okay. Chris Bumstead makes his switch from men's bodybuilding to classic at the Pittsburgh Pro to see how he's going to do. Second to Breon starts his reign the following year.
Yeah.
Did Pittsburgh Pro figure. following year, it's really weird. It has won the contest. The following year, they've won the Olympia, basically. So that year, so Sid Gillen wins the Pittsburgh Pro figure. The following year is the start of her 5-year run.
Yeah, so she won everything.
Every Bikini Olympia champion except for Nicole Negroni has competed in the Pittsburgh Pro at one point or another. And they didn't all win, obviously.
Yeah.
And, so we've had classic. I mean, men's physique. We had Raymond, who won it 3 times and won the Olympia, Raymond Edmonds.
Mm-hmm.
So in every division, there has been a precedent set of people that have done it and won it and went on. I mean, like Angelica Teixeira. I mean, she won. Isa Piccini, she won. That's what I mean. So we could go back. No, I like to tease the ones that have won the Olympias but didn't win the Pittsburgh. And I always go, listen, you may have an Arnold, you may have an Olympia, but you still don't have a Pittsburgh Pro. To Ashley Foster, your friend, right?
Yeah.
Is when she was winning her Olympias, so 2014 and 2015. She could not win the Pittsburgh Pro.
She couldn't.
Lost both years to Ysaira Robles, right?
Right.
So after 2015, in Ashley being as sweet as she is, she goes, I'm just never doing your dad's contest again because I obviously win it.
Fantastic. She's doing it this year, though, isn't she?
I let her slide until last year, and I called her out and said, listen, it's time to push that aside. You're going for the record. She stood in front of the NPC logo wall and told us, this is what everybody missed. She told us almost 2 years ago that she was going to try to have the most wins and basically be the Dexter Jackson of bikini. People act like it was something new. It wasn't. She literally blurted it out to everybody. So I said, you're on this quest for this goal. I said, but you still don't have a Pittsburgh Pro. I text from her after I put that video up, and we talked, and she committed to doing it, and she won it. I mean, that's a huge thing for her.
Yeah.
Guess what? She's coming back to defend the title.
Oh, I did see her I saw her on the poster, and I thought that she was an entrant, and so, obviously very excited. She's doing the Arnold Classic as well, so that's really cool. You're gonna have good lineups. Yeah,
I mean, listen, there's only been 2 bikini pros that have won the Pittsburgh Pro Bikini twice. That's India Paulina and Ysaira Robles, who was Ysaira won the 2 years that she beat Ashley. And what's funny is India bookended Ysaira's wins on either side. Now, there's also we also know that India Paulino's made her announcement that she's coming back.
Is she? I didn't know that. Wow.
Lauren knew that. She just didn't bother.
I saw her at the Arnold Classic, guys, going back a few years now. She was fantastic.
Now, will she do the Pittsburgh? I don't know, but she's one of the only two-time champs. I mean, could she come and battle Ashley? She was from Ashley's era.
Yeah,
they used to battle all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool.
Awesome. So, are you guys gonna have a live stream this year?
Yeah, we're working on that.
Okay, yes. Okay. I think it's kind of like that, and also the standard of the live streams in the last year to a year and a half they've taken the whole fan kind of, everything for fans. They're taking it to a whole new level. It's so impressive now, and it gives so many people so much access to watching your events.
So, interesting fact about the pay-per-view and the Pittsburgh Pro Wellness. The Pittsburgh Pro Wellness broke the internet. They broke the pay-per-view.
Did it?
Yes. So, listen, there was about 5 competitors left to do their individual posing, right?
Yeah.
And the pay-per-view goes down, right? All of a sudden, mine and Debbie's phones start lighting up. Pay-per-view's down. People are, texting us everything. Well, the company they were on site, which was good. That was one of our things that we wanted. We wanted somebody that was on site, not, doing it from a remote location and just sending a cameraman, right?
Yeah.
They literally ran over, fixed everything, and literally got it up as Sandy was making the announcements for the very first comparison, which is what everybody wanted to see.
Yeah.
And they were all like, oh man, I can't believe that happened. And I'm like, you know what? That's the best thing that could happen. You know why? Because you proved that in a crisis, you were able to handle this, get this back up, get the live stream going back to where it was, right on the spot. I said, you were trial under fire and you passed.
Yeah, especially with that, that because I've been in, I've been with live stream, but I've been in situations where photography, videography, something can go wrong, and it can make or break you,
Yeah. So we asked them afterwards, and they had a map on their one screen that was showing the pockets of where people were buying from, right? Okay, and there was this humongous red dot over the country of Brazil.
Surprise!
So 25% of the purchases were from Brazil.
Yeah.
And what happened, they said, is in all the years that they've done live streaming, everybody that purchases the live stream, people bounce on and off. Okay, no matter what it is, whatever the thing is, they go in their entire time they've ever done this. They've never had 100% of the people on at the same time. So that it broke the band, right? And so they showed us this chart of like how it went, because we went men's physique, classic, wellness, figure, bikini. So it went like this, men's physique, went like this with classic, then it went all the way up for wellness. Then the break, because there's no line coming down, because that's where, and then it goes up again. So what happened was it overshot the bandwidth.
Right. The surge. It's a huge surge.
Yes. So yes, wellness broke the internet.
In the first year at the Pittsburgh Pro.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. That's amazing.
We're going back to, as I say, the 2019, the previous format, where on Friday we're going to have the pro prejudging for all 6 divisions at that's at 3 o'clock, I'm pretty sure. And then we're going to have the finals later that evening, but it's only the finals for bikini, figure, classic physique, and what's the other one? I'm drawing a blank on my head. The women's physique, classic physique, bikini, and figure. That's right. Saturday night is going to be the finals for the pro men's physique and the pro wellness. Okay. And because they are basically right now the 2 most popular divisions there.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that starts at 4 p.m. on Saturday. That's going to be in with the NPC contest as well as all the guest posers. So
I think you're going to have another late finish with the kind of numbers you'll be getting, mate.
What's that?
You'll be getting definitely a late finish with all the competitor numbers coming in.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I've already put the challenge out to the pro bikini that, are you going to let wellness be bigger than No, normally in the Pittsburgh Pro Bikini was averaging between 35 to 45 women. Okay. Yeah. Last year it had 24. Okay. Even though wellness beat up on 1 point, that's a competitor than they had.
Yeah, and then the thing is, like I keep saying, it's the first year as well. So for to get those kind of entries, of that kind of caliber, I mean, that's a fantastic first year to to sort of kick off the wellness in the Pro League,
Right, and that's why I want to make it big this year. So, bikini pros, I'm looking right in here at you or here wherever I'm looking. We're the opportunity to shine on Friday night.
Yeah.
Let's bring those numbers back to 2019, 2018, 2017 numbers. Let's get more than the 24 you had last year. I've set the goal at 30 for pro wellness. Bikini, you need to overshoot that.
Pressure's on, ladies.
Yeah, pressure. But I think this year is going to be really good. Like I said, going back to the pre-COVID format, Saturday morning is when we're going to have the all the NPC prejudging. And then, like I said, and then at 4 o'clock, we'll start the finals. We'll start the finals with the pro divisions, and then we'll do the NPC divisions. But then we're going to put the guest posers in there. Now, this year's guest posers is 4 of the top 5 from the Mr. Olympia. We have Big Ramy, we have Brandon Curry, we have Hunter Labrada, and we have Nick Walker.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Hottie with the situation when coming over, it's more important to get him into the Olympia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, we also have our previous Pittsburgh Classic Physique champion, Chris Bumstead.
Chris is coming.
He's coming. He's not guest posing, but he's going to be there.
Okay, well, that's just going to draw people anyway, because that guy is just, I mean, I had Dan Solomon on, and he said that kid is a freaking rock star.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he said.
IFBB Professional League Instagram page. Last year, we were putting up videos during the Olympia of the individual routines. And these were the videos that were done by the Gilco Productions.
I was going to mention Gilco. They're fantastic. I love their work.
Yes. So the Bumstead video during the Olympia, as it goes up, it gets almost 500,000 views.
Okay.
Okay. The second most of views was over 300,000+ for Francielli's.
That was I was going to guess that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now this of all time of our Instagram page, like they are the top 2 of all time.
Yeah.
So for New Year's, I thought, well, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and then Sunday was January 2nd was Sunday. I'd repost the 3 highest views that we got of anything of that Instagram page. Number 3 was Oksana Grashina's Joker routine from the Olympia.
Oh, beautiful. Well, that's one of your favorites, probably.
Right. So I put up Bumstead on New Year's Eve at noon. We were doing 1 post a day, noon each day. Mm-hmm. Now, being the New Year's Day, you figure people might be getting ready to party, doing whatever. Okay. We just missed by that much 1 million views of something that had just been up a few months before.
It's crazy. How is someone that, how are they that? It's so incredible, isn't it? It's incredible.
78,000 something. I was like, oh my God, we were almost there.
Yeah.
Francielli doubled and did over 600,000.
Wow.
Okay. And Oksana's routine did 500,000.
It's crazy.
Right. And I'm just like, well, it just goes to show the popularity that people had already seen all 3 of these just a couple of months.
Yeah.
Put them up again with nothing else on the page for the entire day. So each one of them basically had 24 hours to do their thing. Mm-hmm. And it got that many.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. JM, anything else you want to finally tell us about the Pittsburgh Pro? Any special mentions or sponsors or anything like that? Or anything you want to give credit to?
Well, we have Axon Sledge as our presenting sponsor, which is Seth Feroci, former pro, and Axon Sledge is from Pittsburgh, actually. So
is it?
Seth's from Pittsburgh.
I was actually filming Zach Khan yesterday at a gym, and they brought up, they said that company's doing really, really well, and they said, watch out for that company, it's on the up.
Yes, and Seth, that is Seth and his partner's company.
Yeah,
they're on. We've actually been over there a couple times. We're like a half hour from each other, basically.
Yeah, fantastic.
Like I said, so we have AFS Premier Gym, which is Sarah Viegas' gym. They are the sponsors of, the women's physique. Redcom One is sponsor of Classic Physique and Wellness. Team Atlas is the sponsor of Figure, and Fit Body Fusion is the sponsor of the Pro Bikini.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Yeah, we're going to be having other ones coming in, but they are like the main sponsors right there.
So May 6th and 7th, guys, put it in your diary. The Pittsburgh Pro. I'm not going to add up many years. I'm just like nearly 50 years the show has been going. Your father won it in 1971. Arnold guest posed in 73.
Yes.
Fantastic. So it sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. We'll be checking out the live stream. And also, my final question to you is: are you excited for what's coming in 33 days?
Yes, of course.
Batman. I couldn't get you on and not talk to you about Batman, JM.
And listen, I think like everybody else, when everybody mentioned Robert Pattinson, we're all like, really? Like my daughter Cassie, my kids grew up watching the Batman stuff. Cassie goes, what? Because he was a vampire in a movie, he thinks he can play Batman, right? But now, seeing everything, it's going to be a pretty twisted thriller, I think, don't you?
I do, and I like I said, I heard it was such an unusual choice. I thought, well, they're going to have to have a good script and a good film to be having an actor like that. And then I saw a couple of films, The Lighthouse, Tenet, and I just thought, okay, I've got to. And I saw some pictures and the videos, and I just thought, okay, this is going to be something spectacular.
Yeah, and like we talked about how when Michael Keaton was cast, there was a big uproar about that.
There was.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about Michael Keaton coming back in both the Flash movie and the Batgirl movie?
I can't almost contain myself. I saw the video of the rear of him going into the. I saw from the Flash trailer, and I think I messaged you straight away, and I said, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. We're absolutely spoilt this year."
Yeah, well, that Batgirl movie's filming over in England too.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And go and look. What's interesting? There was like some graffiti piece, and it was the Keaton Batman that actually had Robin next to him.
Oh, no. Okay.
And the Batgirl is in the purple Batgirl outfit from the very first comics when she, just like they wore it on the TV series.
That's right.
It's purple and yellow, yes.
Wow. I think you and me need to do something separate, just talking about Batman for hours, because I think we could do that. But, yeah, JM.
Can I make myself one last plug here? Or not really me.
Come on then.
I just want all the athletes that are the pros that are going to be potentially competing in the Pittsburgh Pro. It's never too early to book with me to film your road to the Pittsburgh Pro at the NPC Photo Gym. Hit me up. I'm ready for you.
We'll bring up all your details on the show, JM. But JM, thank you so much for coming on the Pro League Hype Show on NPC News Online, and we'll speak to you very soon.
All right, thank you, everybody.